when you have time to reflect on it?
I mean, you take away the good things, just like any season. It's definitely disappointing. I mean, here with this group of guys that we have, we expect to be in that game and to win that game. And anything less than that is not success. So we'll go back and we'll look at all the things we did well, the adversity we battled through, the team that we became towards the end of the season, and try to learn from the mistakes that we made and try to be better next year.
Next to Herbie Teope. Go Herbie.
Patrick, you mentioned some of the mistakes you're trying to learn from. What do you think went behind some of the struggles in that second half, especially coming off that first half where the offense seemed to be clicking on all cylinders?
There's just a few misreads here and there. There was guys that were open, and I didn't hit at the right time, or I passed up on a sudden shorter that I went for something. I wanted to get something deeper down the field. And when you're playing a good team and you don't hit what's there, and you try to get a little bit more than what's necessary, you kind of bite you in the butt, I guess you would say. I mean, it's something that we were playing so well in the first half. In the second half, we were just off a tick, and that's all it takes to lose a football game.
Next to Pete Sweeney. Go Pete.
Patrick, all ththese guys look at you as the leader of this team. I was wondering if you could kind of share your message to this team and what you said after the game in the locker room.
Yeah, I mean, I said I'm proud of those guys. I mean, if you looked at the season that we had to be in this game in general, it's definitely a special group of guys that battle through adversity. But the leaders on this team know that this isn't our standard. We want to win the Super Bowl. Whenever you taste that winning the Super Bowl, nothing less than that is success. And so we have to go back. Obviously, every locker room is different, but we have the core group of guys that it takes to win. So we have to go back, learn from this, and try to be better next year.
Let's go next to Sam McDowell. Good, Sam.
Hey, Patrick and Brad, I have a follow-up. I know it's fresh right now, but what are the fresh feelings? Like, what goes through your mind immediately?
Yeah, you're definitely disappointed. I mean, when you're this close and you're in the final 4 games, you want to win the Super Bowl. And we've had 2 years in a row where we've lost an AFC Championship, or actually 4 years really. We lost AFC Championship game, won the Super Bowl, lost Super Bowl, then lost AFC Championship. And so, I mean, a few plays here and there, you could have 4 chances at the Super Bowl. So, I mean, it's definitely disappointing, but you have to learn from it. I mean, you can't let this end what we have here. You have to make sure that you continue to battle, continue to get better, and try to find ways to win Super Bowls at the end of the day.
And then it seemed like the Bengals were really trying to, in the second half, prevent you from scrambling a lot with the way they were playing the defensive lineman. Can you just explain what you were seeing in regards to that?
Yeah, they just had a spy on me for the most part, and I've usually done a great job of getting around that guy. But they had a good game plan. They were doing this a lot of similar stuff in the first half. We were just executing at a higher level, and they stayed with it. They fought. I mean, that's a good football team, but it takes a lot of fight to stay in a game whenever you're down like that. But I mean, I got to be better. I mean, when you're up 21-3 at one point in a game, you can't lose it. And I put that on myself.
Let's go next to Nate Taylor. Go ahead, Nate.
Patrick, I have 2 questions. Just what did you see on the interception? And given your success scrambling in the red zone in the first half, was there anything that you just saw differently from the Bengals when you had those opportunities late in the fourth quarter?
Yeah, on the overtime interception, I knew the safety was going to make a run at it. But I just gave my guy a chance. And, I mean, it got tipped. Good play by one safety, and it fell right into the other dude's hands. So, I mean, I would have done it again. I mean, whenever you have a guy like Tyreek running and he has to step on someone, give him a chance to make a play. And I'll say like 8 times out of 10, he makes that catch. And so didn't work for us today. But I mean, that's a play that I would go to again if I had a chance. And then the red zone, I mean, we were only down there once in the second half. So it wasn't like we weren't having great success. I mean, it was at the point at the end of the game where they were just blocking the end zone, trying to keep us to a field goal. So you got to be in the red zone more to have more success in it.
Let's go next to Todd Palmer. Go, Todd.
Patrick, I know, it's weird to celebrate milestones in a game like this, but I did want to ask about Travis Kelce. He's now tied for 3rd most postseason touchdowns in NFL history, one of only 3 guys with 100 catches. Obviously, he was great today. Can you just talk about, how much of a safety blanket he was and how terrific he was today?
Yeah, I mean, he's just a competitor, man. Obviously, he's super talented, and everybody knows that. The routes he runs, how big and athletic he is, and everything like that. But he's just a guy you want to go to battle with. He's going to fight to the very end. I mean, that's the type of dude he is, and we have guys like that all over this team. And as disappointed I am at how we performed in the second half and losing the game and everything like that, I'm proud of how the guys fought to the very end of that game, no matter how disappointing it looked there in the second half.
And last to Jory Epstein. Go ahead, Jory.
Patrick, you talked about how after you reach the Super Bowl, nothing else really feels the same and you know what you're missing. In light of the news that Tom Brady seems to be on his way of retiring, does it give you any different perspective of how difficult it is to get to that place? And what can you take from his career as you try and get back to that place?
Yeah, I mean, his career is one of a kind. I mean, that's why he's the GOAT. I mean, to win that many Super Bowls, to be in that many games, it's hard. And I've understood that. I mean, after the years that I've had, I mean, I've been close a lot, but I've only been there twice and I've only won one. And I understand that it takes a special player, a special group of guys, a special circumstances for that to happen. And I'm just going to try to do whatever I can to give myself a chance every year to try to get in that game and to win it. But I mean, who knows if he retires? I feel like we don't know for sure. But regardless if he does or he doesn't, he's going to be a great football player, and he's always been a great football player in his career.
Patrick, we appreciate the time. Thanks for joining us.